And now, entering the ring, Jason Hughes, Dustin Dougie Campbell, and Jason Papaw White, the Triple Threat, here on the Strong Booking Podcast.
All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Strong Booking. We missed last week. We had some technical difficulties with a few of us, and we just couldn't get it rescheduled. Throughout the week, we were all just kind of busy with different things. So we apologize for that. We'll get started back this week. I want to thank the sponsors, Guards Insurance Agency, Prestonsburg Picnic Folk, and High Tech Signs and Graphics. So, guys, we've not been on here for 2 weeks. A lot of stuff's happened. We had the Double or Nothing pay-per-view, so I guess we kind of need to discuss that and our thoughts on that. I want to let you guys go ahead.
I really enjoyed the pay-per-view. There was a lot of, the ladder match was good. Of course, Brian Cage came out and debuted on that. So he gets a shot down the road against Moxley. The Stadium Stampede match was good. I liked it. I like the fact that they finally I like the women's title changed hands again on that. So, it was, all in all, it was a good pay-per-view. Cody got crowned TNT champ, but what are your all's thoughts on it?
I thought it was good myself. I liked the fact that Cody was crowned champion. I liked the match altogether. It was a good match. Yeah. Wasn't a big fan of Cage winning the ladder match. I would have liked to have seen Orange Cassidy ride him to the top and get it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, you told me that the next day, and I was like, man, that would have been great. So I'm with you on that, though. I wasn't happy with Brian winning it, but, it is what it is. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah,
but go ahead.
I was like, we talked about it at work. Basically, I guess whoever we thought was going to be that mystery, opponent in that match was probably going to win. So, it was kind of, but they could have went a different way, but we all kind of felt that way at first, for the most part, the whole time.
We even mentioned it. It's kind of a generic little bit because you knew the mystery guy was going to win it. So whoever it was going to win. It would have been cool if they would have went with the swerve, had somebody like Orange Cassidy, do pull a stunt to win it. So
yeah, what gave the mystery guy an advantage? I don't
exactly.
I don't understand it.
You were the one that brought it up, really. You said.
Not only is he the mystery guy, but he comes out last and he wins. He ain't the mystery guy. He's the luckiest guy is what he was.
Yeah, you're right. We discussed that, and that's a great point because, it was kind of just like when he came out, he just destroyed House, won it, and walked off. And it didn't add any thrill to it, really.
I don't know. Why did he come out last? Just because he was the mystery guy?
That too, yeah.
Well, they said it was random the way it was drawn out, but from what I could tell, it was when I went back and looked at it, was everybody as they were announced. That's how they came out. So I don't if it was random or not, but.
I think they'd been better off if they just wouldn't announce to anybody and would just, whoever came out at the show, if they'd done something like that, it probably we wouldn't have been talking about it this way today.
Yep. We wouldn't because, everybody would have been a mystery guy,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That would have gave it
I think
that would have been a real good feel, like y'all were saying just now, like, not announce any of the participants and then just have them come out at random. That was a good idea right there.
You can't say much about AEW because they're so good at what they're doing right now.
Yeah, it's definitely not a knock on them. It's just
No, I feel bad for even criticizing them because they're so far ahead of the competition right now.
Yeah.
I think. That's my personal opinion.
And like we were talking about, or you said earlier, the Cody winning was good, and that was my favorite match of the night. I really enjoyed that match, which I'm a really big fan of Lance Archer, though. I think he's going to be, he's going to be a great person, a great wrestler for them for many years.
Yeah.
If they, hold on to
It
him.
it made sense with the whole, story, giving Cody the title, but making Lance look strong in defeat. It all came off. I thought it come off really well. I liked it.
Yeah. And, we're talking about Cody. We talked about this a few days ago. He's been throwing up the 4 quite a bit, and we'll go ahead and add this in there. FTR made their debut Wednesday. So, everybody's been speculating, throwing rumors out of a possible 4 horsemen, with those 3 and another guy. And I just want your guys' thoughts on that.
I mean, I was glad to see him finally debut. I mean, I knew it was. I personally had no thoughts of them going anywhere but AEW because of all the battles on Twitter and between them and the Young Bucks for going on years now.
It wouldn't matter where they're going. It was a matter of when are they coming to AEW.
And but the way they debuted, I mean, I didn't see it coming. I kind of agree with Jason. Brought it up. They were going to wait maybe down the line a little bit when crowds got back in there. But right now, AEW is having little small pods of fans and stuff in there. But the way they debuted, come in, they look strong, and no funny business. Came in, took care of business, and got out. And I'm kind of excited to see what happens this Wednesday with them, them and the Bucks. The Bucks are going to try to retaliate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It was good. I mean, that's all I can say is it was good. It was what I expected. It was that good,
Oh yeah, it was a great debut, and it was well timed.
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of getting back into the hype of wrestling again. We're getting a little bit of crowd. We're getting a little bit, like Normandy back. It just seems like, it was a good time to bring them in. And ratings were up this week, and I think they were over 800,000. So the ratings were back up. And go ahead.
I was going to say, in my opinion, with somebody like that, people like that, you don't have to do anything. You just have to show them. That's it. You don't have to do anything. Just don't mess it up. Just show them to the crowd and pull them back out. That's it.
Yeah,
and that's good. I thought it was good.
Now, do you all think it'd be a good idea to do a 4 horsemen with those 3?
We talked about it. I guess it was yesterday, wasn't it? While we were eating lunch, we were talking about it.
Probably.
Yeah, I like the stable idea. I just don't know if you give it the 4 horsemen name. I don't know if you would do that. I think if they created their own thing with Cody and FTR and whoever, and even if they do have Arn and Tully with them, I mean, it gives you, they're there. They know what it was like to run in a pack. So I mean, but come up with your own name, try to mark your own territory that way.
Yeah, I like that.
It's just like Evolution. I mean, was the 4 horsemen. That's all you have to do. I mean,
you're correct. That was just another version of the 4 horsemen. So
they're all another. They're all another version of the 4 horsemen because 4 horsemen came first.
You're right.
They're a variation of the same thing.
Yeah.
If it's good, it's good.
I mean, I won't
good
be mad.
wrestlers together is better than 2. I think.
If they use the 4 horsemen name, I wouldn't be mad. I mean, it wouldn't kill it for me or anything. I'd be fine with it. But I get what you guys are saying. They definitely should try to, do their own thing.
It would kill it for me.
Would it kill it for you?
It would kill it dead. Yeah, it would kill it dead for me.
Yeah, that's a fair, assumption.
I mean, there was only one 4 horsemen. Just let that be. Move on.
Yeah. Hey, WCW had their 4 horsemen.
Yeah. Now that we're kind of on this subject, who would you think would be the 4th member, between you guys? We kind of talked about it a little bit, but
I kind of like the idea with Sean Spears. I like Sean Spears though, but MJF would be another different one, good one. There's
I
a
like
few
Sean
out there,
Spears too.
but Sean
Sean
would be the one
Spears
I'd
seems
pick.
right.
He would be
Sean
that good
seems right.
Yeah. Good mid card guy. Because I think if they done it, Cody's going to be your your big star attraction. But that was my only knock on it is to make it work. Cody's going to have to do a major heel turn.
Yeah,
The only way it's going to work.
I don't see Cody as the leader of something like that, but anything's possible.
We'll just have to wait and see.
We threw out some names. Hangman's name popped up. Because it's going to happen. Eventually, he's going to turn on Omega and back out of the elite. So I mean, what if he was?
I like that one.
Yeah. That was
I'm
a good
with
one.
you, Jay. I think that's the best one is Hangman.
Yeah.
That one would make the most sense because I think if you got them in a stable, they're most likely going to feud with the elite because you already got FTR feuding with the Bucks. So it would make a whole lot of sense.
You could run them with Hangman for a while, and then just like it would be, say, a Bullet Club situation. As the longer it goes, Hangman and Cody start to get it, who's leading it, who's doing this, and then you can have a Cody versus Hangman feud for a while. So it's a win-win.
There you go.
Like that. I like it.
It's a win-win. That's a great idea.
Yeah, because
we need to be riders.
We talked about MJF, but he's so good right now. MJF by himself right now with Wardlow, he's so good. I like seeing him where he's going by himself.
That's why I don't see them putting him in a stable. Like you said, he's already got Warlord with him. They're gonna keep him to himself and let him build himself.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. I mean, it's
exactly
fine the way it is.
Yeah, but the Hangman, that makes so much sense. It would be just a great storyline.
It's like Triple H said when they did Evolution. The point was to raise them all to another level together.
Yep.
I mean, you can't really take MJF much higher than he is as far as being over and being a wrestler. I mean, he just, he's pretty good.
Evolution, in my opinion, is probably one of the best stables I've seen. As far as they had the right mixture. You had Triple H. You had Flair, who was the just the old wisdom guy. Then you had the two young bucks, and Orton and Batista that you were building up through the stable.
It worked out pretty good for them all, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah, they're all like double digit.
They all did okay. Yeah. They all did okay.
So that's definitely probably my number one stable as far as favorites.
Yeah, I like it too.
But let's get we'll go back to Double or Nothing. You had the championship match with Mox and Brody Lee, and they done that justice. That was a great match. What do you guys think?
Yeah, they Brody got beat, but they made Brody look, like Jason said, they made him look strong. I mean, he held his own with Moxley. I don't think that hurts him in any way. But I mean, it was a good match. It was one of the better matches on the card itself. I went back and rewatched it because Jason brought it up how he enjoyed that match. So I went back and rewatched it, and it really was one of the better matches.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to make any of them look bad. I mean, you have to pretty well go out of your way to make somebody look bad. You have to purposely bury somebody to make them look bad. I liked it. I thought it was good. I think it made Brody Lee look, it kind of, in my opinion, it kind of got him out of that, the WWE thought of the way he was and put him up there with Moxley, kind of like, on Moxley's level. I mean, that's a pretty good level to be on. I mean, that's a pretty good place to be right now.
Because I even questioned it, but then, I was talking to you about it, and you said, when he kicked out of the Moxley's finisher at 1, he kicked out of it quick. Moxley had to finish him with the sleeper hold. And that was a strong finish for Brody Lee.
Yeah.
It really helped him.
Anytime the sleeper is the finish, that's a strong finish,
Yeah, so exactly. And Brody really he proved a lot to me. He proved that he can be that top guy, the leader of a faction, and so it was good for Brody Lee in my books.
Yeah, since he's been.
I think it was.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
I mean, since he's been, announced as the Exalted One, his mic skills are really good. You know, they never utilized that in WWE. He was always the back figure, but now he's showing, all of his potential, right now. And I think he's in a good spot. I kind of like him being the Exalted One.
Yeah, it definitely raised it for me.
I wonder why they never let him do that the whole time he was there. Did they not know it? I mean, was there a reason for not?
Who knows?
Nothing makes sense in that company anymore.
Understand that. Yeah. It kind of makes you wonder, is it their fault or his fault? I mean, did he not let it be known he could do that? Or did they just shut him down for no reason? Just, I don't know.
I mean, even
go ahead.
When he broke free from Bray at that one time when Bray was hurt, and they kind of split them all up, he won the IC title and, put on some good matches, and then all of a sudden dropped him, put him back in the tag team again with Rowan. I mean, they never let him go where he could go. I don't know.
Yeah, he broke free from Bray, but he could never break free from Rowan.
No, yeah.
He could not break free from Rowan.
The only time he'd break free from him was when he'd get hurt.
Yeah.
They'd have to single around him for a minute. As soon as Rowan come back, they was a tag team.
Yeah, and as soon as Brody left, they gave the other guy Spider.
I know. Like you said, Jay, Papa, I don't know if it's these guys' fault for not speaking up, or if they just let this happen to them, or if they are speaking up and they're just getting shut down, completely. If it's that ruthless over there.
I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, if I was in that situation and I had a job with the WWE, I might be afraid to say anything. You might just want to cash your checks and go home. I don't know how it is.
Well, you look at somebody like Triple H. He was I guess, kind of an edgy person. He stepped over the lines many times.
Yeah.
Outspoken, and it it made him. It helped. It boosted his career to the top. I'm with you. You were saying, why aren't some of these other guys going for that? Maybe you're right when you say they're just taking a check and afraid to speak up.
Well, Triple H seemed to be very confident in his own abilities, and self-confidence is not something everybody has. I mean, you can't give it to somebody. It's their confidence. You can't give it to them. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But weren't you, Jason? Weren't you telling me like Brody? Well, at the time, Luke Harper, didn't he say something to Vince or interrupted Vince, and it kind of just took him out of like something at WrestleMania? He wasn't even on the card or anything. Like he interrupted him.
I forgot about that. Yeah. I forget what I was watching now, Jay. It was something on YouTube. That's all I watch, anyways. And they said he sat out beside Vince's door for a few hours, and Vince wouldn't come to the door. So he sent him a text or called or something, and wanted to know why he wasn't at WrestleMania. And Vince was like, I don't know. Why ain't you? And he's like, well, you should know. So they were going to do something, work an angle with him and somebody. Then at the last minute, they pulled out, and he didn't get nothing.
Yeah.
He didn't even get into the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. I don't know what that was. I think it was on YouTube. I'm sure it was YouTube, but I don't.
It sounds like he tried to speak up, but he just didn't have the self-confidence to really push the barrier.
Or the leverage. I mean, he might not have had the leverage too,
Yeah, you never know.
We got a question. Justin Maynard asked, do you guys think we could look up in a few years and see a lot of former WWE guys in AEW and that they would be the top promotion in wrestling?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see a lot of jump. Go ahead.
Yeah. As far as them being top promotion, I don't see. I mean,
It's
unless WWE does something amazing, I mean, they could. They've done it before, so, man, they'd have to do something they'd have to throw a Hail Mary is all I can say.
Because to me right now,
AEW is getting strong.
Right now, AEW is wrestling to me. NXT is
Oh,
right
yeah.
there. It's Wednesday nights
It's
is what I
got its
look forward
moments.
to. But
NXT is still there. It's got its moments, but it's not AEW. It's just not.
And the way AEW is doing things right now, I mean, the way they're presenting people, matches, storylines, just booking and everything is just on top right now.
And it's fresh. It's good and it's fresh. I just hope they can keep that up, to be honest.
And it's edgy too.
Yep.
I mean, you're going to see and hear things that you're not going to see on a PG WWE, and that makes a difference. I mean,
it does.
It appeals to an older. It appeals to the 18 to 35-year-old demographic, which that's what you're looking for, I reckon.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. What happens if Adam Cole decides he wants to go to AEW when that contract comes up? What happens to NXT then? I mean, that's a gut shot. I don't know what you do then.
What he do to celebrate a full year today? Made a full year. He's been champion on the NXT. I believe he posted something earlier saying, "I don't always gloat and all this stuff, but today I am undisputed, been champion for a year." Honestly,
that would be. Go ahead.
I think he's going to leave WWE unless they drop a contract down in front of him that you just cannot pass up, which is very possible. Yeah. But, his girlfriend or fiance, Britt Baker's in AEW. He was already with, the Bucks and all them and New Japan. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, Ring of Honor, he was with the Bucks.
Yeah. But that'd be a big get, another big get, you could say, for AEW.
Yeah, but I would imagine that they're going to back up a Brinks truck to his door and just open it up when it comes time to negotiate.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, all right. They're not going to let him walk easily.
No. They're afraid to let anybody go from what I understand, and they sure ain't going to let him go.
Yeah.
I mean,
unless he's just completely unhappy with WWE and just counting down his days to get out of there, even though he's been champion for a year. We don't know all that. We don't, everything looks good on TV, but you don't know what behind.
He might be happy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Britt might be the one getting ready to jump. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. You never know. One thing I don't want AEW to do is just put too many fish in the pond, though. If you put too many fish in the pond, then you're going to have guys like Adam Cole, who could be a top guy, but, I mean, you can only have so many top guys, I think. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. That's a fact. I mean, that's not an opinion. That's a fact.
And Adam Cole is more deserving than a mid-level, guy. And so, you going to boost him up to the top guy, and then, it's going to knock somebody else down. I mean, you got to be careful, I think. Who you bring in and how many people you bring in at, one time.
Yeah. Well, that's the old WCW mistake.
Yep.
Just because you can get everybody don't mean you should get everybody.
No.
And
like you were saying, if you look back in history, there's always just been one guy at the top of the mountain. Yeah. Only one true superstar at any given time,
And a few others that are at that level, but you can only have so many of those. You can only have so many.
Yep. The machine can only produce one true superstar, and they have to put that full machine behind it to keep it rolling.
Yep.
I think they've done a good job so far, not just rushing to sign everybody that gets released to bring in. I know Kenny Omega did an interview the other day, and they passed up on a couple of guys that were in NXT. He didn't give names. He just said at the time they weren't fits to come in to AEW. But
that's a good sign, then.
Yeah, I mean, so far from all these releases that just happened, all you got was FTR so far, and Brody Lee.
I think that's all you needed, to be honest. That's just my opinion. FTR was all you needed.
But there was a couple things I seen today. Cody mentioned that he was open to allowing people outside of AEW challenge for that TNT title that he's got. So it's making me think they're going to try to work out a relationship, which I read a thing that Marty Scroll, where he's a booker and stuff for ROH, was trying to work with them about cross-promoting, wrestlers from AEW can wrestle in ROH and vice versa. So, I mean, that's something you could see, and somebody could come on, have a match, and be gone, and they're not actually under contract there. So
I don't mind that.
I like a one-off match.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. Give you something fresh, something you don't see much. It kind of reminds me of the old territory days, just in and out.
And I kind of like they're already, been doing that with, somebody like Darby Allin. He's went off and done other things in independence while doing stuff with AEW. So I think it's cool they give a little flexibility to some of these guys to go out, wrestle at other venues or for other independent companies. It's good for them. It's good for AEW.
It keeps them happy too. The other guys, the more happy you keep somebody, the harder they're going to work for you. That's common sense.
Mm-hmm. And it's a good way doing that. The TNT title like that is a good way to, like I said, have good one-off matches with people you'd never expect to see, and then they can throw a shock in there, and a couple months down the line, or whenever they feel they want to put the belt off Cody, they could have some guy come in that was an independent guy, win the belt, and then, okay, what do you do now?
Oh, yeah. Possibilities are endless at that point.
Yeah.
Hey, guys. Just want to let you know real quick. You got 9 minutes.
All right. Thanks, man.
Okay.
No problem.
That would be, that's good creative decisions is what you're talking about, Dustin.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, and in WWE, you've got the opposite. You've got the stranglehold. You've got the stranglehold the wrestler.
Yeah.
He can't go nowhere, can't do anything. Just, seems like a miserable work environment.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jason.
It's not just like Darby, they're allowing Moxley.
Yeah, it's others. Yeah.
Jericho, they still do stuff for New Japan, not on U.S. soil. So that was the one stipulation I think I seen out of that. But I like the fact that they allow these guys to go do this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when I watched that Dark Side of the Ring on the Road Warriors, they were promotion to promotion every week. They weren't tied down to one, and they were the headline everywhere they went. It gets guys' name out there.
Well, plus that's just how territory days worked. I mean, most of them, there was no guaranteed contracts. It was just a one-night basis, just like What I like about it is it's just untelling what kind of creative you could learn if Jericho goes to New Japan and works a couple of shows, what he might pick up and bring back to here. And when you're all over the place picking up little things, it's got to be better for the show. It has to make a better product.
Yeah. That's just like, it's just like football. There's all kinds of different styles of offense out there. You got your West Coast, there's at least 10 out there. And these guys, coaches, go to different places to learn all these different offenses. That's just, wrestling. They can go to all these different companies and learn something from each company, because I'm sure, each company does things different. And then I was going to go ahead.
Sorry. What were you going to say?
Go ahead.
Another thing that I noticed from Dynamite this past week, that Cody said he was going to defend that belt each and every week, like a true TV title, I guess, where it's the TNT Championship. So I know this week, or it's not this week, I think it's next week. I think he wrestles Jungle Boy, but because he won the Battle Royal on Dynamite, so I just wanted to see what y'all's thoughts were on him defending each and every week.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, that's one match to look forward to each and every week that is probably going to be a good match.
Yeah. That's good. I mean, if you like Cody, because you're going to be seeing him a lot. I mean, he's going to be there every week, I guess.
I think it'll make it better if they really start letting some independent guys come out and do it, and
Cody's
make it a little bit more surprise.
if Cody's going to defend that belt every week, is there not going to be like a long-term storyline with the belt? Like he's not going to build towards a pay-per-view and defend the belt because,
See, that could be. You're right.
Like is it going to be every week a different person?
That could be a problem.
You run out of people quick.
Yeah, kind of like an open challenge type thing, I guess, is the way I understood it.
Yeah.
With the possibility of them opening up for other people to come in that are outside AEW. So I mean, I'm with you though. That does make it kind of something to think about. How they're going to build up a storyline with that belt if he's defending it in the same, or different people each week. How do you defend that on a pay-per-view?
I'm sure they've done got something figured out.
Yeah. They've not let us down yet. So everything we've ever talked about usually.
Yeah.
Go ahead. We'll come back next week and be like, well, they figured that out. So they're on point right now. And just one more thing, I guess to talk about before we leave, like you were talking about earlier, the Stampede match. It was a good, fun, entertaining match. I did enjoy it. It had some moments in it that just made you question, but it was a fun match.
Yeah, it had its spots. There was a few things I liked, and there was a few things I didn't like. We talked about it like when the finish, Omega looked down with the one wing angel, knowing he was going to land on something safe. And I like the bar scene and the pool scene and Hangman riding in on a horse. I thought was pretty. I liked it.
Yeah, that was that
good.
That tickled me to death when he came in there on that horse.
It was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
Then the 100 yards.
That was one thing we talked about. that could have probably been left out. I think that's just my opinion, but I think they could have left that out.
All right.
Yeah. It was fun, but
it was something for everybody. They done what they were supposed to. They entertained everybody a little bit. That's good.
Yeah.
You got the 14 versions of Hardy in the swimming pool. Every time he got done, he came back up as a different version. So.
I enjoyed that. It was fun.
Yeah, me too.
But then you got, on Dynamite this past week, you got the first ever version of Matt Hardy. That was fun.
Yeah. Back when him and Jeff were just jobbers.
Yeah.
The pre-version of Hardy, wasn't it?
The pre-version, yeah. I like what they're doing with Hardy right now. I was kind of skeptical at first.
I would rather be Matt Hardy than Jeff Hardy right now. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. We promised each other we wouldn't talk about that. That was God.
Yeah, I just threw it out there just to.
Yeah.
I know.
Trying to bait us.
That's all I'm going to say about it. No, I would never go fishing in such a way.
I think we got 2 minutes, Dougie.
All right, guys. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. Like I said, I apologize for us not being on last week. We'll try not to let that happen again. But, it's technology. You never know what's going to happen. So, and Mother Nature. Yeah. So, apologize for that, guys. If, there is a chance that we have to have another weekend off or something, we'll try to let you know 5 minutes before the show next time. But I just want to thank our sponsors again, McGuire's Insurance Agency, High Tech Signs and Graphics, Pressburg Pig Folk. They do a great job of helping us out, and they've been with us from the beginning. So I just really appreciate the guys, and I appreciate everybody that tunes in and watches. And just everybody stay safe out there and, enjoy your summer. Some hot weather finally. So enjoy it.
I'd just like to thank everybody for tuning in once again. Stay tuned, though, this week. We've got some announcements coming up. We've got a few little things we're going to be throwing out there. Just stay tuned on our Facebook page and Twitter and look forward to our announcements. But other than that, I'd just like to thank everybody for tuning in again this week.
Thanks for tuning in, and God bless and be safe.
All right. I'm going to call it. You've been booked.